Recording 1, 3, 2, 1, go. Behave. So welcome everyone. It's really a pleasure to have you here. And we wanted to get back to our old practice, which many of you haven't seen yet. So we restore it now, holding a monthly webinar with the news, what happens in Valigara, what has already happened, and what we plan to do, what are our main focuses now. So because we had some pause in the last half year, so today's webinar will be really packed, and we will try to do it as quick as possible. There will be recording available for this webinar, so do not worry. You will have the option, as you know, always to call us and ask anything, but also watch the video, and just get updated. 1.5 on YouTube works perfectly. So I'll jump quickly into everything. Me and Max here. I'm quite sure you know both of us. So just to give you an idea how we see where we actually go and what are our main goal. As you, most of us, what we identified also is that most of you see Valigara as a PIM system, wonderful product information management system, multi-channel, while we, on our end, also focus primarily in the last time to get it not just as powerful as possible for jewelers as a PIM system, but a general overall business management software, and you will see many features related to this. And next, our goal at this stage is, I'll just briefly explain how our development roadmap goes. I'm speaking today specifically about the product. It's how we create a better synergy between the modules, how we make one model empower another one, and how we bring at the end everything to, as well, of course, exaggerating, but how we bring all this to one button operation. Because we understand that first thing that Valigara brings is the automation. So we literally want to bring it to one button, and you'll see it in many places. And this is our approach lately. Now I'll start from the end. What's next? Where we go? Let's say in the next month. So our current focus is on continuing to work on performance. Just for some of you, we have accounts with the hundreds of thousands of SKUs. So we want to make sure that the performance is strong also when you tomorrow decide to use our automation to generate 100,000 SKUs or a million SKUs. And definitely just from today is a Tuesday, much maybe next time it's not the best idea to do it on Tuesday when we roll out new features. So today we have rolled out some new environments, and we know that our performance, the product search speed was increased by 60 times. So we believe it's a good result. To increase it by 60 times, we'll be glad to hear your feedback on this. So first is performance, just to make sure that the system is working very, very smoothly. And next thing, that the UI also is self-explanatory, cleaner. I'm sure that you saw it lately. We'll speak about UI. So three main topics that we focus: performance. Next is, of course, integration of AI and the internal like cooperation of the models, I would say. And one of the most interesting topics introduced to us by some of you was profitability. So we also want to give you more insights on how things can be more useful to you from the profit point of view, specifically this. So our topics for today is usability. We say that it's usability. Specifically on usability, it's UI performance, which is also important. By the way, using this opportunity, we have completed a major rework of our infrastructure. all thanks to our partners in Amazon. We have successfully completed another year of PII assessment by Amazon, security assessment by Amazon, which some of you may know from us is a big headache for us and a great improvement for you security-wise. It's the highest level of security requirements that we have, even higher than the Amazon themselves have. So we have successfully completed this. Required us a lot of work from us, but for you, obviously, it's great. Another thing on the usability, I want to stress quickly. Some of you have already seen the AI support agent, support bot, which we train, and so we have a new colleague here in the support team, AI Jimmy, as you know, as you have already seen. Last month shows around 70% correct answers, and we continue to improve him. So obviously, as any new employee in the company, he needs to train, he needs a good training, he needs
And
a lot of
onboarding.
work. Absolutely, yes. It's not trivial. So we believe it will be really great. It allows us to provide 24/7 answers. It allows us, of course, to speak any language, which neither me nor Max know Norwegian. So if one day we need support in Norwegian language, now we can provide it. Um, and this is another thing on usability as we see it. So it's not only inside the system, but things around. We invest heavily on improving our knowledge base, and this is our direction next. On operational side, of course, a lot of AI and going further with automations. And according to your feedback, we heavily invest in inventory, further inventory. Now, some of you may already have seen the statistics and insights. This is where, of course, Valigara, and also thanks to AI, we'll speak about it as another edge, which really empowers you. You can have 100 people in the team, but you need somebody to give you this advice, looking at your data. What is the next step? So this is the insights part. And of course, marketplaces and our V-site and V-catalog, endless updates there. So I'll jump quickly into the webinar, into the screens together with Max. On the UI, I'm sure that you've seen the new, slightly revamped interface, much more place for the tables, less explanations, less smaller buttons, and not losing the space on the screen. So the left menu, you can still open it, but the default view is now, as you see, scrolling the menus on the product page specifically. So you can, as many of you know, when we speak on the products on the catalog page, the new products, the name of the page, it's now clickable. From here you can quickly see all the favorites, you can quickly see all the saved filters, and from here directly you can jump to any page in the place. For example, if from here you want to go to clients, you don't have to go to orders and then clients or to Shopify settings. You just type Shopify settings and you go directly to the page. So this is here. And then, if you want to go back in the product page, still what we have done, we have reworked. That's very okay. Sorry, my apologies. Silent the phone. And so here, additional thing, you can see that we have divided the top menu into two parts. One of them is operational actions, and then just too many actions there. As we spoke, we get more into business management, so more actions, and then the separate one for the generators, as you know them, AI generators or pre-made generators. So this generators, and also importantly, you can jump into selected products and jump into any page with selected products, whether it's into images page, model page. This is the product page, just the major ones. On the right side, please pay attention. You have more and more saved views. You have, of course, selector of how many columns you want to show, and also views and filters. What's the difference? The filters allow you to show specific products, and the views allow you to quickly jump between different, showing different between different columns. Now, I hope everyone has mentioned this nice 3 dots in the product line, which actually allow you to inline. Well, now this is the menu, one on the left, Max, which allows you the inline edit of the content. So you don't to change the product. You don't have to go inside the product. But here, for example, in the last row, yeah, I can click and directly edit the products here. In some cases, it's useful if I want to make some minor changes of weights or of titles. It's very, very handy. So here is the updated page, products page, and also we have revamped the product page itself. As you can see, the tab, the titles, it's better probably, Max, to show it on some jewelry product. The product page itself got a little bit revamped just to utilize the page more effectively. For example, when we look at any item, we will see that the metals are on the left side, the gemstones are on the right side, just to have them quite handy here for you. And if you go down, you will see also that the media section has been revamped, and there is also a menu now where you can now run all the actions directly from here, and we'll be adding more actions in the product page. Now, this is on the UI. I don't jump now. We will go back to the product page again. From here on the UI side, I just want to mention that now when you want to post items to, so we have added quick posting to channel. So if I want to take the products and, for example, eBay. Okay, I want to mass post it to eBay. I basically don't even need to see the mass post page and mass revise page. I can use it a predefined, well, one of the templates that I have created, and then just run it. Or if I want, I can go to the full post page. Also a nice UI feature which simplifies the flow and makes it much faster. Now, additional thing on the UI side is you can now see on the top of the screen that we have added two things. One is the last batches. On the last batches, it's just useful. You can click the batch and go directly into this batch and see its result. And then another thing, which at the end, we understand that Valigara is here for automations. So we have collected all the automation tools into one tab where you can, first of all, see all of this, and more and more to come. So from here, you can manage all your automation, whether it's on the content management, right? From procedures, title generators, AI prompts, formulas, and so on, but also workflows when we speak about product procedures, order procedures, schedules, scheduling templates also here. On the printing side, how we create the printing templates, everything sits here, all this preparation that you need, the settings to run the automations. Automatic emails, if needed, email templates, everything sits here because it allows you to just think, what is my next step to automate my work? So we have combined it into this nice automation tab, just instead of being in 10 different places, just on the UI side. This is step one. Second one, without going too deep, as we already touched, performance and security, we have invested a lot, and proudly can say that not many of you know that we're the only jewelry software approved by Amazon for PII, the highest level of security. So this year we have received lots of good warm words from the Amazon team. It's easy when you invest so heavy in security. So this is next. Next, on the usability, I want to jump, of course, the bulk operations on channels. As Max already has shown, it's very quickly to run, very quick to run now the mass post, but also you will also mention that as the APIs of eBay, Amazon, and Shopify allow more and more bulk operation, it's something technical, internal, but you will see that the processes of mass update of items, like mass revise, goes much faster. On our end, we just use new APIs from all major marketplaces. Recently have introduced bulk operation, which allows us to be much better. Now, for those who use schedules or not, don't use schedules, schedules are much faster. Right now, we have reworked many uh, on many stages. So please check out the schedules again. You'll find them in automations, and when you run a schedule, you will see that it's much more effective now. Takes just less time to run any process. Important, Walmart, Amazon, Shopify have heavily reworked their APIs. So, and not just them, but just today we have released the first version of highlights, product highlights for Amazon. So this updates we introduce all the time, but for those of you who work with Walmart and Amazon, these two models were completely reworked in the last months. Next, I want to jump into AI and automation. Look, the idea of this webinar just to give you some quick list of what we do, and of course, for all the questions, you're welcome. First of all, you can write in the chat or just speak to us. So on AI, we have introduced Claude, added Claude recently. Well, OpenAI, ChatGPT is there for a long time, and maybe we will even see today that we're adding Gemini. Max, you can check it if Gemini was rolled out. We plan to roll it out. If not today, then is it already here? I'm not sure. Yeah, not yet, but so it will be probably next week. So the idea introducing, as most of you know, each one of the models have its own advantages. So we have added to OpenAI, we have added Claude, and Gemini is now there because we work on images much heavily, much more active. So Gemini for work with images, let's say the common knowledge, without we're not getting any advantages from any of the companies, but Gemini, from what we know, works better with images, even though from our last observation, the last it's O5 Max, which model works quite nicely on ChatGPT, on OpenAI, works with images also quite nice. From our observation, it's O5, I think, right?
Yeah. And Mini also, Mini, I don't remember, but 5 works greatly.
Okay, so the 5, if you use your own prompts, then it also is quite nice. Next, on the AI, so as you know, you can create prompts here. We have added the ability to create a prompt which works specifically with product images. Okay, so this appears here, used for image enhancement. And you can create basically a prompt, send it to whatever it is, to Claude, whatever you prefer, to OpenAI or to Gemini, and generate an image. We'll show it right now. So on the prompts. Now, another things. Let's cover the AI part. Next part is AI data parsing. We use what we found very nice. You can create data parsing prompts. What it actually means, you take one prompt, and this prompt generates not one field as you're used in title generators, in description generators, or in regular AI prompts, but you can create it for data parsing, which basically means it will create a JSON, means it will create the data in the format that you can intake into Valigara into multiple fields. So what you will do here in product, you will select the data parsing template, and then run the template, and it will offer you, it will generate some array of data, right? The file, which you can after that push into the products directly. That's it, with a mapping. So this is the data parsing. So you don't have to run, for example, if you import new products from which only have description, it allows you from one description generate to fetch 20 different fields. The same can be also done with product images, because in the data parsing you can include images too. So this is for data parsing. Next thing in AI is, of course, the AI suggestion. So in the products, okay, if Max is in product images, we have added the ability to do image enhancements. Many of you know that you can, for a long time, you can create backgrounds, you can alter backgrounds. So basically, you can take any image, and with AI, with background improvements, you can say, okay, I want to replace the background with an additional with another background, or just wipe it out with white, or put some image. It's especially good if you have multiple brands. But now what you can basically do, you can take the image and with built-in mods, prompts, or with your own, for example, put it on the model. So you can take an image and say, okay, I want to use the Valigara's um, um, built-in prompt for putting it on the model, and Valigara will generate an additional image for you. Max, if you can share any example of this, it will take the
Yeah.
image using AI. I see that you're doing it in
In real time. Why not?
time. Well, it takes, again, this takes about half a minute, I would say. It depends on the AI model that you use, but the outcome is quite clear. You take a simple image and then you put it on the body. So
On the
even without,
body, and there are so many use cases for this functionality, like the retouch. Especially, we know that big manufacturers have images in, not a quite good quality. Simple prompts that we built inside the Valigara that already predefined will enhance the quality. Like you don't need to pay for retouch people anymore on these platforms, right? And it makes it really easy because you don't need to import, export, update. It's just being done inside the system. So, and it costs almost nothing. That's the most powerful thing, right?
less than $1, and you get additional images. Like here, for example, well, you have to fine tune it for your images, but the idea is very simple. I take the image and I put it on here like this on the
Right.
body,
And
right?
it's not hallucinating anymore as it was like 2 years ago. It just makes it perfectly, and you cannot say that it's an AI image unless you know that.
So here for the conversion, obviously this is really
Hmm.
uh, yeah. Don't want to say lifesaver, but it's a very big advantage. Yeah. Next on AI, as we are here in the product here, so you can see on the top right side, we have now recommendations or suggestion. So when I have a new product, Valigara will take look at the product on the existing data that you already have, will actually parse this data, analyze the data, and then recommend. Currently you can see 21 suggestions for each one of the fields. You can accept it, or on the bottom you have accept all, or you can select what to accept and what not to accept. Click accept all or cancel. You will be able to see, of course, as Max is showing now, for each one of the fields what Valigara is suggesting. Thank you, Max, for spending hours and days for creating, putting all the recommendation by all the major marketplaces, and setting all the styles, all the purities, all the types, all the settings, and stuff like this. So currently, what we have done, actually, all of you already know what the AI prompt is. It's a very long list of recommended values, which is put together into this recommendation, which allows you to have five images plus five basic parameters, and you can generate all the rest of the product quite instantly. So this is on the automation and on the AI part. Next, next is automations. Of course, your favorite procedures. We continue to improve the procedures. One of the huge thing is that you can run now mass revise and mass post directly from the procedure. Why would I do this? For example, I have a procedure which recalculates prices for me, and it runs every 2 hours or 2 days, whatever, every day, 2 hours can run. I wouldn't update prices every 2 hours on my website. So let's say every week it runs and it updates all my prices for eBay, Amazon, Etsy, and then you can also run update, revise on eBay, on Amazon, on Etsy, and it will automatically take all the updated data into the marketplace. So this is this one button operations that we speak. Another layer of automation so that you can. So previously you had to schedule it to run once a week, but now no. Every time that you run a procedure, doesn't matter. The moment that you think it's right thing to run a procedure, including the update of the product, you can of the channels, you can run it and it will update. Now we have added for more advanced users in conditions, we have added regular expression. It allows you to filter products much more, say, in a more sophisticated way. So here you have now the option to add the regular expression. So for example, you can say, I want to run the procedure with all products, which include in the title the word emerald or something, or which have both in title 14 and then 18, which means this item is available both in 14 and 18 karat. So this regular expression allow you to make your search, basically your filtering, much more flexible. But well, the technical guys know what it means. Next, override levels, Max. This is something that
Yeah,
you
I
yeah.
can assist you here. So basically, earlier we were able to override values in the fields, like existing values, only for the entire procedure. Let's say if I run it to 1,000 products, when I run the procedure, I have here the checkbox to override or not to override the values. So sometimes I don't want to override all the things that I generated, like the prices and the titles, because they were handwritten, right? Some of them were written manually. So basically, in each block in the procedure, you can define: do you want to override the value when you run the procedure or no? So this again ensures that the values that are important, which are pricing and titles that should be precise, are not overwritten. And of course, this saves a lot of time. So again, it's about performance. When you run the procedure for 100,000 products, what's the purpose of running AI prompts for the description? It should be run only one time. It's generated the value, then the next time it just skips it. So this is how it works basically.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So
Uh,
this is on the procedures. More will come.
yeah.
But many of you, what we mentioned, that many of you forget about one additional thing, that there are procedures are also available not only in the products but also in orders. So,
Mm-hmm.
so just quickly jump into this. It allows you, uh, for example, what you can do in this procedure. You can change statuses. You can create a procedure which change statuses, add some data into with the copy data, add some data to the order, allows you to print something. It, yep, okay, as Max is showing, for example, if I want to run a procedure, I filter my products, my orders, and I run a procedure which automatically puts, the index, the shipping template, the fulfillment a carrier, and all this stuff. All this can be fully automated now with this procedure, and it can be also triggered, right? As you can see, you can set here conditions. according to some item status and according to day. So you set a condition according to order parameters, not product parameters. Well, both order and product parameters. For example, for all for all orders that are in status approved or in status, as Max is showing now, paid, or for all products which came from specific account, like my Amazon account or whatever account, or where my let's say the shipping carrier is not set yet, do XYZ. So your order handling becomes much more automated on the with order procedures. Max, anything I should add here?
Just a quick addition about the procedure UI, because now we introduce like comments, especially because we know that many of you like have this huge list of actions that are added, and sometimes you just get lost in the actions and you don't remember because you created it 2 years ago or somebody else. So you have an ability to comment each block. So it's just again about usability, just to remember, and especially for some of you that work in a team, duplicating blocks, moving them between each other. So this is like really powerful things that
linking to the specific
correct. Right, if you need to navigate from procedure, just to remind to yourself what this template looks like, what it does, you can jump to a specific generator directly from formulas, especially formulas.
Great. So yes, this is really about usability, because when you create something or a new e-commerce person joins the team, he has to ask everything, and now it's much easier. Okay, what does this formula do? What does this generator do? And what does this procedure do? Because if many, well, it's important just to remind you that we allow putting a procedure inside the procedure. Why we do this? So that you can separate the procedures into smaller chunks. Because if my procedure creates 20 different parameters, let's say for Amazon and for eBay and for Etsy, what is most effective here? Create a different procedure for Etsy, one procedure for Amazon, one for eBay, and then unify this procedure inside the procedure which runs content for all the channels, just as an idea. Yep. Cool. Next, on automations, quickly running through import. Some of your vendors, well, they're not that advanced, maybe technologically, but they're great vendors, and they supply you files, product import, when it's not in a way that there is one line for one product, but one product and many lines. Like for example, first central stone, side stone, another line of stone, fourth stone, and then metals: first metal, second metal, third metal, fourth metal. So obviously this is not natural for Valigara, and we added, despite the fact that it's not the right to store the data, but as Max is showing now, we have added a support for this multi-line import. So if your vendor brings you a file in which you will see like this SKU 1, 2, 3, and then gemstones, gemstone 1, gemstone 2, gemstone 3. Even in this way, exactly, and even in this way, Valigara will be able to import it. Just speak to us. We will gladly show you how the multi-line import works. Next, the small addition, but very, very useful, skip header. You can enable this skip header option in the file, because in some cases you get an Excel, and then this Excel says company XYZ, and then date XYZ, and then only from line 4 you get the relevant data. So just not to get this annoying errors on the line 1 no SKU, line 2 no SKU, or you don't know what happens there. Hello world. Yes, to avoid this, you have the skip header option. So you say, okay, my header is 3 lines or 2 lines, and then you can skip it. This is another small and very nice thing, and very important, very useful thing on the media, on the automation, because what we want to do, we want to make the data even more powerful for you, so it's easier to find. So here, tagging for images. Why tagging for images is so important? I want to know which image lack an on-body image. I want to know which, so, or if I have 4 different brands, brand A uses gray background, brand B uses green background. So what I can do, I can basically tag the images or data overlay, or close shot like macro or something like this. Or do I have for example, yep, a body or close shot, or what can be useful, brands, or if I need to show all the hallmarks. So I must to do it if I want to put it on Amazon. So I can create all this tagging and then search according to this, apply image labels on body, or brand 1, brand 2, brand 3, and it's much easier for me to search.
Mm-hmm.
So what we speak here, it's the direction of DAM, digital assets management. So PIM, the product information management, goes together with digital assets management, and this allows you to more, and then by filtering, yes, Max showing now,
Yep.
filtering, find the relevant images. Tagging is available on the import, if I'm not mistaken, right, Max?
Yes.
So you can import it from Excel. So this makes it the first setup very easy. Next big chapter, and I'll try to run faster here, still is inventory. Well, inventory is a huge thing, just without going too much into details. For those of you who use memos, we added support for memo in and memo out. So now when I look at the item, besides seeing what items are in stock, out of stock, you can see what is on memo. Now, memo in, memo out. Now, when I create now the order, Max, if you can for a second jump to an order. When I create an order, I can basically say if the item was sold or was put on memo. Now, when the item will be on memo, when I add an item to memo to some specific person in the product, I will see that the item currently is not purchased, but is actually on memo. Okay, so now you will see that additionally to, we have now purchase, return, and now we have added the memo out. So now in the product itself, if Max will now create the order, we will see who is the guy who has this item on memo. So we will see it inside the product. This is on the memo out. From the other side, memo in, when I create the purchase order, I can basically say that so now we can see that this item is on memo out, and I will quickly be able to go into this client and see which items are on memo out with this specific person. This is memo in, memo out. Also, when I intake the inventory receipt, I can say it's not the purchase. I mean, it's not intake into my inventory, but it's memo in. So all this will be available on the supplier level, on the client level, and on the product level. Anything to add, Max, or I'm running further?
No, that's good. Yeah.
Great. So next thing, together with this, as we speak more and more about prediction, about giving you tools to analyze, we have added also lead time to the product. Why it's important? Some of you may know, some of you may not. So I just want to quickly jump into this inventory. What is the perfect inventory management? As you know, Valigara has the velocity report. Velocity report, its main idea is if I have now some amount of items in my inventory, how long can I continue to sell with this amount? Let's say I have 50 items, and I have in the last 30 days I have sold 50 items, which means I have another 30 days to sell. After that, I will go out of stock. Now, this is one direction that Valigara shows you, this days of stock. But also on the other side, I have my supplier. And let's say to get my items into my Tel Aviv stock will take me 10 days. And I currently have 30 days of stock. So I'm not worried because in 10 days I can get it back. But what if to put it in my FBA, it takes me 100 days? Then I'm in troubles because if I have only 30 days of stock, then I'm below the lead time. So Max, if you can jump into a velocity report for a second, I'll directly cover all this together. So the idea of this lead time is to allow me to plan when to order. So in this velocity report, which some of you already use, and we encourage you to, because this allows us time after time find error after error and over stocked item and understocked items. You will see here on the right side that we also show all statuses. Instead of all statuses, I can specifically say to Valigara to show me the lead time and also show me the items that which are below lead time. So above the table on the top on the right, Max, if you, yeah. And then you will also see the mixed. What means mixed lead time? Means in one stock location I have more than needed, and then another stock location is less than needed. So this mixed time allows me to find the items where I should move from one stock location, from one warehouse to another warehouse. So and then you'll see above lead time, below lead time, and mix. So this is about lead time. It closes the circle. Why? Because then when finding the items which are below lead times, I can quickly take this item and create the purchase order directly from here, directly from the inventory, from the velocity report. I can take the items and create purchase order. Now, specifically, I will not take all the items, but only below lead time. So this lead time extends the velocity report. Quickly jumping a few days forward, what we work on the next stage is that will be seasonality. We will be adding seasonality to our prediction. So how much do I have to order? What we're extending here is the seasonality coefficient, which we will be able, well, which Valigara will automatically generate for you, saying, okay, if you plan to order for October, November, December, you need to order more or less. So this is a quick look into the future. Velocity report plus seasonality. Now, two additional things on inventory management is we have extended the purchasing model with gemstones. So you can, when you create a purchase order, you can create a purchase order not just for ready jewelry, but you can create it also for gemstones. This is another thing. And in purchasing, we have also added financials with your vendors. So if we take any existing supplier, you can see the summary, how much I have ordered from this specific supplier, and how much do I still have to pay to him. How, if we look at the top for a second, yes, what is the highest order, average order, and also purchase order to open. So the total shows me, okay, I have bought here from this supplier $399,000, but purchase order open means I have placed an order and I haven't received it, so probably I have I will have to pay to this guy. And also inventory receipt totals I can see here. Now, what is important, Max, if you can go into the inventory receipt for one of the inventory receipts, um, from here or from the receipts on some open inventory receipt. Yep. What actually happens here, I can, Max, if you can go into admin mode for a second. No, not into supplier, into receipt, into the receipt, inventory receipt. So when we speak about the supplier, right, and into the receipt, you will find on the top in the top right side now the financials part. The financial part that actually shows you, okay, I have to pay XYZ, which Valigara calculates. And then you can add here lines, the payment lines, you will find them in the payment summary. You can say, okay, this is, well, two options. What I agreed with my supplier, so I agreed to pay him 30,000 today, 30,000 in a month, 30,000 in 2 months, and which one is completed. So it allows you to manage also the planning with the financial planning with your supplier, and you can find your current status, your current balance in the supplier page too. So you can do it on the inventory receipt level and in the supplier card. Anything else, Max, on the inventory I want to add? Or
I think that's enough.
I think we're quite, yeah, we have lots of things to cover. So guys, more questions. If this is relevant, speak to us. Marketplace. I
Right.
will get some.
Marketplaces are very simple things because marketplaces are rolling out all the changes all the time, especially Amazon. And what we introduced for Amazon, let's say, for the last time, the next things. It's not connected, so I cannot show you. But basically, uh, business price on Amazon, maximum minimum price on Amazon, which increases the conversion and hence the offer, right? Minimum maximum price is mostly used for you just to strict your pricing strategy. Let's say when you do repricing, Amazon doesn't allow you to set the price below or above your predefined minimum and maximum levels. When the business price is a B2B price on the web on Amazon, Amazon says that it increases up to 25 or something like that percent of conversion. So really powerful tool. So just set the field for your business price, create a formula, run the procedure, and revise the prices. Same, we introduced recently the support to separate listings when they share the same ASIN but have two offers, FBA and FBM, at the same time. So now you can set a different pricing for those type of listings. Basically, when you do have connected two listings to the product in Valigara, when you run the revise, you are able to choose if I want to revise only FBA, FBM, or both together at the same time. And another major news from Amazon that they changed their requirements for item titles very soon. They will cut all of your titles to 75 characters. Previously it was 200 characters, now 75 characters only. So that means you need to hurry up and to update your titles on Amazon, which you can easily do again with the title generators or with AI, right? Take existing items and run a simple prompt to update the titles and run revise. Schedule revising, let's say update 200 products on Amazon daily. With the titles, Amazon also introduced a new parameter which they call Amazon highlights. Product highlights. Let's take a look.
Product highlights.
Any product. Let's take this one, for example. And here we don't see this. Yeah, top highlights. Exactly. Top highlights. So it's a new field again, and it's already available also in our system. So under mappings, for every product type that you have, now under recommended item specifics, you would see a new field which is called item highlight. It's already pre-mapped to our standard item highlight field. So feel free to, again, create a very simple title generator or AI prompt.
125 characters.
Right, 125 characters. That's it. Also, swatch images. If you know that on Walmart we have this functionality for years already, Amazon just recently rolled out the ability to to create this type of variations, like the swatch variations. We also support them if you want to send their custom images. Again, you can find it here under mappings, swatch product image locator, upload the swatch images to our file storage, and add the links to products and map it there, right? Then you can send it to Amazon. So this is how it works. And what about Amazon auto replenishment, right? This is what we love a lot, right? It's available across all the marketplaces. So in addition to maximum post quantity, you also have here auto refill, which basically, if my item goes lower than 10, then please replace with 20. Nobody already does it like that. Of course, if it's less than 2, refill it with 5 maximum. On Amazon, of course, it's much higher, but if you say, let's say, on Etsy, then you can always do even 0 and then replace it with 1 or 2. Some marketplaces.
So the idea that the replace with, the idea is you look at your orders, you know what is the maximum potential order is. For example, maximum that was ever ordered from this item is 5. So I will place, if I know this, I will put replace with 6 or 7, to make sure that my maximum order goes through. But what it avoids from, if you have 200, you will never have 200 on Amazon, because all algorithm loves when the percentage of sold items is high relatively to what you have left. So it's much better for you to say, okay, I have 20 pieces sold and I have only 3 left, and not 73 left, because then the percentage is much higher with the 3. So it creates urgency with buyers, and but we suggest not to put it on the too low level. If, for example, you know that there is a chance that somebody will order 5, don't put it to 3, put it to 6 or 7. Mhm.
Right. So now
I
let's.
think, Max, I just think we will not be able to finish everything. So today,
Yeah.
because I'm sure that people are not ready to sit here for another hour. So let's just, I think let's just announce 1 or 2 most critical, which you believe is most critical,
Right.
and
For
the
Etsy,
rest.
it would be like image aisles, like separate image aisles for separate images, right? For multiple images, you can set now a unique value. For eBay, we recently, thanks to some people that are joined here today, we introduced the support to enable best offer option for auctions type of listings. Earlier it was available only for the fixed price, right? For Shopify, again, also to increase the SEO power of Valigara, we now introduced separate image and also video alt text. So yeah,
This is
and
all
other
mainly
things.
for the agentic and for the SEO.
Hmm. And maybe some of you don't know that we also launched a new channels, right? Which are Target Plus, Shein, Office.
Yeah.
So
There are also more new integrations. For if for someone it's relevant, we integrated with Zero. We have a long time integration with QuickBooks. So the same now is available with Zero, Claude Gemini, and additionally, just to quickly touch, we were able to create some custom projects. If some of you require some fetching of the data from your partners, which have who have no idea what API is. So we created some nice custom projects for scraping data from your partners' websites. We do it custom, specifically, basically from any source. Today, it's quite doable. So I think that we will keep vSite and the catalog, given that maybe this is the most fascinating updates. We have invested a lot in our vSite and catalog section, but I think we will keep it for the next time, for the next
right,
webinar, because this is huge section. And the same about statistics and analytics.
right,
Warmly, warmly invite you, and maybe this is the last thing that I would love to see in this webinar, is using in statistics, uh, just taking a look at the all the time progressing multi-channel report, and not only multi-channel report. On the top right side, you will find out not just this report, which gives you a huge perfect granularity for analysis of the data, right? But on the top right side, we have introduced AI insights. And this AI insight, this is actually where Valigara is actively going now, becoming your advisor. So what we do here on our side, uh, we teach AI, right, to look at your data in the way that we look at your data, and give you these ideas, this multi-channel ideas. And knowing us, you will probably know that this will be very practical things. We always say that Valigara is for lazy people, and we always think that things have to be done quickly. So you will find here, as you see, this recommendation, what you should do in the next week, in the next 2 weeks, not in the next year. So it's very short, practical checklists, and you'll see here recommendations. What are your risks? What works? What you should focus on? And as you know, we always think in hours. What you, as Valigara user, could be doing through few hours of work, several hours. So please take a look at this AI insights. What we plan to do, we will generate this AI insights on a monthly basis and automatically send to your emails, because this is basically where Valigara goes. If you will go also on the product or channels tab, you will find the same AI insights, because the idea is to cover with this e-commerce expert or digital expert all this analysis and summarize it for you, and give it very handy for you, for the business owners, and execution, just what can be done. So I think we're more than an hour. If somebody has a question, whereby, so please send it in chat. But I think this is what we can cover in 1 hour. There is much more, and we will gladly be answering all your questions also on personal, as you know, chats or sessions. Please, it's a big pleasure to have you here. Any question, we hope that the idea of this webinar was to raise more questions in your heads. Can I do this? Can I do that? It's a very high level. So for detailed answers, our support, including our Jamie, our AI support, we have a lot of fun here teaching him, and we know that it's a long way, but you're welcome to ask us all questions. And this webinar will be available in the recording, so we warmly invite you also to share it with your colleagues, to watch it again on 1.5 speed on YouTube. It will be